Before we dive into the fourth time that you go through the book that you're reading, I want to click pause and I want you to get some tools that if you don't already have, you've already seen me allude to them a little bit earlier. And what I'll do is I'll just pull all of these together so that I can talk for a moment about them all. But when I'm reading, first of all, one of the things you're going to notice is that I'm very intentional about my reading. Yes, absolutely, I'll read on an airplane or I'll read sometimes laying down on a couch. Generally, those are different kinds of readings. They're my novels, they're my science fiction, they're my escape reading. When I'm reading for learning, integration, and use, I like to have everything that I'm going to need with me in a well-lit place, with a surface that's big enough for me to spread out on, with a place that I can be quiet, I can think, and I can study. And so, first of all, you've seen me reach over for this a few times, but I will keep running mind maps going. When I finish a book, right before I recycle any of this or throw anything away, I will go into, I have a list manager on my computer, and what I'll do is I'll write up that review. Remember earlier I was talking about how I like to share book recommendations with people? And oftentimes what I'll do is I'll not only write the review and a title and maybe a couple of links to different websites, the 1 or 2 paragraph summary that I've got, but I'll also take a photograph of the mind maps that I built along the way, and I'll just add those to that digital file. I've always got different colored pens, from highlighter pens to different colored ink pens, something about reaching for a different color. You will see the fourth time I read a book, I am perfectly okay writing in books, highlighting books, dog-earing pages, ripping pages out of the book, gasp. Here's what I know. The author wrote the book for me to use, not just to keep as a prize on my shelf. So these kinds of tools are really necessary. The Post-its, the sticky notes, and the little flags, I like to use those because those give me something to go back to. There's many books on that shelf that you can pull down from the shelf, and down the side there'll be little flags sticking out. And then the 3x5 note cards. For me, sometimes I'll put something on the 3x5 note card, I'll slip that into the book. Other times, you saw earlier, I'll start making a running to-do list. Because what I love about this is when I write those to-dos, when I'm done with the book, I can put all my book stuff away, and this just lands on top of my computer keyboard, either as a reminder of what to do, or as the tasks to add into my digital system. So let me move a couple of things around, and what we'll do now is we're going to get into the fourth time that I read a book. So when you're ready, gather your tools together, get in that place where you can study, where you can think, and where you can focus, and I'll meet you back here with your book.